Hi dear friends, I'm just going to continue the part. In a previous play, you people are already studied in a regular classroom. That is, what is the definition of the relation and what are the types of the relation. And few examples are also over on based on the types of the relation. Next, I'm just doing the continuous part, that is exercise. In that first exercise 1.1, I'm just going to solve the second example. What is the second example of the first exercise? Means show that the relation are on a set of real numbers is defined by r is equal to x comma y such that a comma b. R is equal to a comma b such that a is less than or equal to b square. A is less than or equal to b square is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So we need to prove this relation is neither reflexive nor symmetry nor transitive. That is nothing but it is not a reflexive, not a symmetry and not a transitive. We need to prove it. Okay. So anyhow, relation is defined on a set of real number. R is a relation defined on the set of real number. And here, if I try to convert, this is a set builder form into the roster form. It is infinite relation. We get it. There are so many real numbers, so many odd pairs. We get it on satisfying the given condition. So instead of converting into the set builder roster form, I am just doing generally. So how to prove the general means here we are telling that neither reflexive nor symmetry nor transitive. That is nothing but it is not a reflexive, not a symmetry, and as well as the not a transitive is. So here first of all solution. To begin the solution, first of all reflexive is considered. What is the reflexive definition? Definition of the reflexive, we know that any element belong to the set A, then order pair A comma A must be present in the relation. This is the definition of the reflexive. So if I consider generally, which is not possible to decide, A is less than or equal to B square. I just consider one particular number. Suppose 1 by 2 is belong to the set of real number, then whether check it whether 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 is belong to the relation or does not belong to the relation. How these order pair is present, how these two numbers are related in a such a way that A is less than or equal to B square. So just replace it. In place of A 1 by 2, in place of B also 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is less than or equal to 1 by 2 whole square, which is nothing but 1 by 2 is less than or equal to 1 by 4. What do you say about this inequality? Whether 1 by 2 is large or 1 by 4 is large? Then it is telling that 1 by 4 is large, but it is not true. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.25 less than or equal to 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25, which one is larger as compared to these two numbers. 0.5 is the larger, but this is reverse way we are telling. So which is not possible. Which is not possible means 1 by 2 1 by 2 is not present in the relation R. It is not present in the relation R is nothing but we can give the conclusion. Relation R is not reflexive. Relation R is not reflexive. Are you sure my point? So and one more thing is just remember that if I take a generally A comma A is less than or equal to A square. Generally it is little bit difficult to decide whether it is true or false. That's why I am just telling that I am just taking the particularly example. That example we just say that counter example. What is a counter example? Where the mathematical statement is false. There we need to do the particular number as an example. That we just say that counter example. Wherever the mathematical statement is false, there we need to give the particular number as an example. So here statement is false. That's why we have to give the counter example. Don't say generally because it is little bit difficult to decide. That's why. Now similarly, second thing. What is the second thing? check the symmetry of the given relation. To check the symmetry, we have to choose the two numbers. A and B are belong to the given set A. Then definition: if A comma B is belong to the relation R, then B comma A must be present in the relation R. Choose the one of the order pair which is already present in the relation R. Then check if A comma B is present, it should get the B comma A also must be present in the given relation R. Check it. So how to check this one? Here also on satisfying the given condition, choose the numbers. What are the numbers? Already that number should be present in the given relation R. So I just consider 1 and 2 belong to the real number set R. And from this, already know that 1 comma 2 is present in the relation R. 1 comma 2 is present in the relation R. Then 1 comma 2 is present in the relation R is nothing but 1 is less than or equal. According to this condition, 1 is less than or equal to 2 square. 1 is less than or equal to 4. Yes, from this statement I need to get the reverse. Reverse means can we write 4 is less than or equal to 1? Can we write the 4 is less than or equal to 1? Which is not possible. Which is not possible means 1 by 2 whole square. Sorry. It is a 2 square is not less than or equal to 1, which means that 2 comma 1 is not present in the relation R. 2 comma 1 is not present in the relation R means can we say that this relation is symmetric or not symmetric? It is not symmetric. It is not symmetric. That's why we have to here also we need to give the counter example. Now, what is the third case? Third case is the transitive. Just go for the transitive relation. What is the transitive? Third case. So transitive. How to check the transitivity? Transitive definition. What is the transitive definition? Let the three numbers A, B, C belong to the given set B. If A comma B is present in the relation R and as well as B comma C present in the relation R, then we have to get the A comma C is also present in the relation R. Then we can say that it is a transitive relation. What is the transitive? A comma B is present in relation R and B comma C. We have to choose the two order pairs in a such a way that A comma B and B comma C. Here B, here it is a starting element B. If these two order pairs are present, then A comma C must be present in the relation R in a such a way that I just choose the numbers. What are the numbers? I just choosing nothing but, for example, 3. I need to get the A is less than or equal to B square. 3, 2, 1.7 are all the real number. 3, 2, 1.7 are all the real number. Check. Choose the two order pairs. What are the two order pairs? 3 comma 2 is belongs to R and 2 comma 1.7 is belong to the relation R. 3 comma 2 is belong to the relation R is nothing but according to the definition of the relation. What we can write? A comma B is nothing but A is less than or equal to B square. 3 is less than or equal to 2 square, which is nothing but 3 is less than or equal to 4. Inequality is 2. Inequality 2 means obviously this order pair is present in the relation R. Next, 2 is less than or equal to 1.7 whole square. 2 is less than or equal to 1.7 whole square. That means can I write directly the 2.89 because 17 square 289 is the two decimals left hand side. So 2 is less than or equal to 2.89. Inequality is true. Now A comma B is present, B comma C is present. Now we need to check that A comma C whether 3 comma 1.7. That implies can I write that 3 is less than or equal to 2.89, which is not true. So that is nothing but 3 is less than or equal to 1.7 whole square, which is not possible. Which implies 3 comma 1.7 is does not present in the relation R. Which is not present in the relation R is nothing but relation R is not transitive. So we got relation R is not transitive. Hence the final conclusion. What is the final conclusion? Hence the relation R is neither reflexive nor symmetric and not transitive. Not and is not transitive. problem. And this type of problems we used to ask for the 3 marks. Already I just mentioned in the regular class. So anyway, so here we are checking on proving the reflexive 1 marks, checking the transitive symmetric 1 marks, and as well as the transitive 1 marks. Very important model of the question. Sometimes they used to ask that A is less A comma B is such that A is less than or equal to B, and some situation A is less than or equal to B cube also they used to ask it. So in the same way, we can easily solve the remaining 2 problems. Okay, I hope you can easily do the homework. Now, better to go to the next problem. Same as the previous problem. Fifth problem of the exercise. Check whether the relation R in R, that means set relation R defined on the set of real number defined by R is equal to A comma B such that A is less than or equal to B cube. Is a reflexive, symmetric or a transitive. We have to check the reflexive, symmetric and the transitive. Earlier, previous problem they have given to show that it is not neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. But in this problem they given a check whether. Only thing to make the question paper twist there is to mention in this way. Okay, we have to check whether this. Obviously it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not a transitive, because earlier we just solved that A is less than or equal to B. So in the same way, here also we need to solve the problem. Okay, go for the reflexive. You can pause the video and just try to solve it. If you got the correct answer, or check it. What happens? Reflexive. Already know the definition of the reflexive. Yes, choose the number which are going to space. Where number this number is space. That means I just consider any rational number. I just consider 1 by 2 or 1 by 3 is belong to the real number set R. Is the 1 by 3 or 1 by 3 is present in the relation or not present in the relation? Check it. 1 by 3 is less than or equal to 1 by 3 whole cube. That means 1 by 3 is less than or equal to 1 by 27. 3 cube is 27. Is the inequality is true? This inequality is not true. Not true means this order pair is not present in the relation R. Therefore, R is not reflexive. R is not reflexive. Now go for the second one. What is the second one? Symmetric. Symmetric means choose the one of the order pair which is already present in the relation R. Let 1 and 2 belong to the real number. If 1 comma 2 present in the relation R. Do you have that? 1 comma 2 is present in the relation or not present in the relation? So 1 comma 2, yes, 1 is less than or equal to 2 cube, which means that 1 is less than or equal to yes, 8. Yes, obviously it is present. Therefore relation R is symmetric. Relation R is symmetric. Next, go for the third case. What is the third case? Transitive. Yes, transitive means we need to check the transitive, which means that 3 numbers are required. So what are the 3 numbers you are going to choose it? So that should be 2 order pairs must be present in the relation. 2 order pairs must be present in the relation. Okay, then I just choose the 3 and 3 by 2 and 5 by 4 are belong to the real number set R. So 3 by 2 and 5 by 4 are any real number. Choose the 2 order pairs which are already present in the relation R. So 3 comma 3 by 2 present in the relation R. Check it. 3 is less than or equal to 3 by 2 whole cube is that A is less than or equal to B cube. 3 cube 27 divided by 2 cube is 8. So 27 divided by 8. What is the 27 divided by 8? Is it more than 3? Yes, obviously it is more than 3. Yes, it is belong to true. Inequality is true. Next, so 3 by 2 comma 5 by 4 is belong to the relation. Check it. How 3 by 2 keep as it is less than or equal to 5 by 4 whole cube. So 5 power cube. 5 cube is nothing but 125. So 125 divided by 4 cube, that is nothing but 64. 3 by 2 it is nothing but 1.5. 125 divided by 64. Yes, obviously it is more than. So obviously this inequality is also satisfy the condition. After satisfying that condition, now A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to the relation R. then check it. A comma C, 3 comma 5 by 4, whether it is belong to the relation or not belong to the relation. That means 3 is less than or equal to 124 divided by 64. It is less than the 3. This is the less than 3. Obviously, it is less than 3 is nothing but, so what we can say that approximately, so less than 3, which is not true. Which is not true means this order pair is not present in the relation R. This order pair 3, 5 or 4 is not present in the relation R means relation R is it is a transitive or not transitive? It is not a transitive. It is not a transitive. Hence, final conclusion. What is the final conclusion you are going to write? Hence, the relation R is not reflexive. It is a symmetry is that. Okay. Relation R is. So once again, here we just made the mistake. What is the mistake we made? It means symmetry or not check the other way. What is that? So small thing correction from the beginning. So what is the symmetry means? 2, 1 we have to check it. What is the 2, 1? Belong to the relation or not belong? 2 is not less than 1. It is not belong to. Therefore R is not symmetric. R is not symmetric. Are you sure? Okay. Final conclusion. What is the final conclusion you are going to give? R is neither reflexive nor symmetric and not transitive. This is how we have to check the given relation is a reflexive, symmetric and transitive or not. And final conclusion is very important. Okay, now let's move to the next example. What is the next example means? So show that the relation R on a set. Next example is taken. 8th problem. Show that the relation R in a set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Given by R is equal to A comma B such that mod of A minus B is a even number. Mod of A minus B is a even number. Is an equivalence relation. Is an equivalence relation. Is a equivalence relation. Already know that what is meant by equivalence relation. What is the equivalence relation? Equivalence relation means a relation which is reflexive, symmetric and as well as transitive. Such a relation which is called as a equivalence relation. You can easily verify this one. So because A is given only the finite set, order pair will get the finite. Or else general also you can do it. General means first one reflexive. Now we do the reflexive condition. Any element belong. That means let A belong to the set E. Is A comma E is present in the relation. How the A and B are related in a such a way that mod of A minus E, that is nothing but a 0. 0 which is considered here it is an even number. So we can say that obviously it is a reflexive relation. Obviously it is an reflexive relation. Similarly, and mod of difference. Next, second case. So what is the second case? Symmetry. Check the thing. So let A and B are the any two number belong to the given set. If one of the order pair already present in the relation of A comma B is present in the relation of, which implies mod of A minus B is a even number. What is the even number definition? It is a divisible by 2. Divisible by 2 is nothing but can I write that 2 times of m, where m is any positive integer. So even number means 2 times of m because divisible. Even number means divisible by 2. So 2 times of m I just write it. So 2 times of. Here I just little bit change. Minus is common. B minus A is equal to m as it is. Mod that is B minus A as it is equal to m. Mod of B minus A is also the even number, which implies we can easily write B comma A is also belong to the relation R. Therefore, we can conclude that R is a symmetric relation. R is a symmetric relation. Now, the third case. What is the third case? Transitive. What is the third case? Transitive. Now, what is the transitive? Transitive means choose the three elements A, B, C are belong to the set A. If one of the order pair A comma B is belong to the relation R and B comma C belong to the relation R. How the A comma B is belong to the relation R, which means that mod of A minus B is a even number. I just add the 2m where m is the any positive integer. Similarly, mod of B minus C is also even number. I just add the n. N is any positive integer. So m and n are the any positive integers. Now I need to get adding these two numbers. What will get? Adding 2m plus 2n is equal to mod of A minus B plus mod of B minus C. That we can write it as plus B minus C will cancel mod of A minus C. So left hand side 2m plus 2n, 2 is common, m plus 2 times of integer is equal to mod of A minus C. From this A minus C is also even number. So A comma C is also present in the relation R. Therefore R is a transitive relation. R is a transitive relation. Hence we can finally conclude that a relation is reflexive, symmetric and the transitive. So hence we can conclude that the given relation is an equivalence relation. Very simple way we can check the reflexive, symmetric and the transitive. Here to check these three conditions, compulsory how to remember the definitions. If you remember the definition, you can easily solve it. Okay. Next one. Yes. Next one. Show that the relation R on a set of integers is defined by R is equal to A comma B such that 2 divides A minus B. So 2 divides A minus B is that. Okay. Obviously, we need to show it is an equivalence relation. Is a equivalence relation. Equivalence means it is a reflexive, symmetric as well as the transitive. Okay. First thing. So obviously we can say that A comma E is nothing but A minus A 0. 0 divided by 2 divides the 0. Yes, it is a reflexive. Reflexive is over. Similarly, symmetric. Is it a symmetric? A comma B is divides. A comma B is nothing but 2 divides A minus B. And similarly minus is common, B minus A, 2 divides B minus A, none other than same. We are not worrying about the positive or negative. Totally, I just need only the 2 divides the number, either a positive number or a negative number. Yes, obviously symmetric is also. And similarly, third case, transitive. What is the transitive? Whether it is a transitive or not a transitive. Okay. A comma B and B comma C. A comma B, 2 divides A minus B. B comma C, 2 divides B minus C. So multiples of 2, sum of the multiples of 2, again it is multiple of 2, again it is divisible by 2. Obviously we can prove the transitive. I just left the showing the equivalence condition for you people. Here I just need to explain the next one more point. What is that one more point? Is nothing but equivalence class. What is the equivalence class? To discuss the equivalence class, first of all, we should have one equivalence relation. Already I have equivalence relation. I hope we can easily prove this relation is an equivalence relation. Okay, prove it, homework problem. Okay, anyway, so equivalence class I need to discuss now. So based on that, to discuss the equivalence class, first of all, I have already mentioned the relation should be equivalence relation. Yes, already the relation is a equivalence relation. They have given it. Now I just write the little bit some of the order pairs which are present in this relation. So do you have a 0, 0 is present in this order pair? 0 minus 0, yes, present. And similarly 1, 1 is there, 2, 2 is there, 3, 3 is there, yes. So all these elements are present because it is an equal reflexive relation. Similarly, do you have a 1, 2? 1, 3 is present. 1, 2 is a present or not present? 1, 2. 1 is satisfying this condition, we have to choose the element. 1 minus 2. It is a minus 1. Minus 1 is not divisible by 2. It is not present in the relation. 1 comma 3 is that. And similarly, 1 comma 5 is that. 1 comma 7. All these numbers. And similarly, we can say that 0 comma 2 is present. 0 comma 4 is that. And 0 comma 6 is that. So on. And 2 comma 4, 2 comma minus 2, like that. These all numbers are present. So many order pairs we get. It is infinite because that is the infinite order pair. Also we get the infinitely many order pair in this relation. Now, what is the equivalence class? To discuss the equivalence class, here on according to this relation is defined on a integer, whole integer set is that. This whole integer set, I am just going to divide into the two parts. Subset. Two subset I am just going to divide. One of the subset is nothing but one subset I just called as a. What are the elements which are present in this set is nothing but 0 is present, 2 is that, 4 is that, 6 is that, so on. Similarly, negative number plus or minus 4 plus or minus 6, all these numbers are present. Similarly, one more set I just consider, that is the set name as a E set. So once again, this is set E I just called, and this is set I just called as a O set is that. What is the O set? Plus or minus 1 is that, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 7, so on. Okay, observe that a whole integer set is divided into two subsets. One set named as E, another set named as O. Okay, here in this set E, all are even integers are either a positive or a negative. So even integers are. Odd integer means here all O is nothing but odd integers are. If I taken union combining these two sets, we get the original set Z. Yes, union of these two sets will get the original set Z. Very important point. Now, here I am just going to explain the three conditions. What are the three conditions we need to observe to study the equivalence class? Means first condition. The first condition, what is the first condition is nothing but, here I just divided the whole integer set as a subset. Can I observe that from these numbers, all the elements of the set E are related to each other. All the elements are set E are related to each other. Similarly, all the elements of the set O are related to each other. What is the meaning of this one? Means we can make the pair any two number pair that is obviously belong to the given relation R. Check it. If I made any number pair either 0, 2, 0, minus 2, 2, 6, 2, 10, whatever the number you can make the pair, that order pair is present in the relation R. Similarly, all the elements of the set O are related to the O. Similarly, all the elements of the set O are related to each other. Are you clear about this one? This is the first condition should be satisfied. Second condition, no elements of the set E are related to any elements are, no elements of the set E are related to any elements of the set O, and vice versa. No element of the set E, no elements of the set E are related to any elements of the set E. So no element of the set E is related to any element of the set O. We can make the pair of one element from the set E, one element from the set O. Then that pair is not present on the that pair or that order pair is not present in the relation. Are you clear about the second condition? What is the second condition? No element of the set E is related to any element of the set O. Okay. Third case, if I taken a union of the two subset, will get union of two subset will get the whole set Z, whole the original set Z will get, and apart from that intersection E union null E intersection O is equal to, we get the null set. Okay. To discuss the equivalence class, these three conditions are very important. what are the three conditions? I am just once again repeating. So first of all, the whole given set divide into the subset. I just possible to divide into the two subset, divide into the two subset. Then conditions. What are the conditions? After dividing the two subset, how we have to divide the whole set as a two subset means, in this particular example, one set is that all the elements of that set E are related to each other. Similarly, all the elements of the set O are related to each other. Second condition, no element of the set E is related to any elements of the set O. And third case, if I take a union of these two subsets, we will get the original set, and if I take an intersection, we will get the null set. If these three conditions are satisfied, then whatever the subsets are there, those subsets, that E set is called as equivalence class containing an element 0. E set is said to be equivalence class containing an element 0. Denoted by square bracket of 0, and O is nothing but equivalence class containing an element 1. O is called the equivalence class containing an element 1. This is 0 can also write as 2 times of R, provided that R is a leading integer, and 1 can be expressed as 2R plus 1, provided that R is any integer. So this is the equivalence class. Find the equivalence class of the given relation means this is the equivalent class. So here the original set divided into two subsets on satisfying these three conditions. Whatever the subset we have divided, those are the required equivalence class. First number, it is denoted, or one number, that is a 0, equivalence class containing the element 0, equivalence class containing the number 1, and 0 equivalence class containing the 0 is denoted by 2R, provided that R is any integer, and 1 can be written as 2R plus 1, R is any integer. This is how we have to get the equivalence class. This is a particular example. General case. What is the general case? In generally, to say that R is an equivalence class, that means R is a equivalence relation. First is a equivalence relation on a particular set A. On a particular set A. So R is equivalence class on a particular set A. Now we need to find the equivalence class, provided that it satisfies the three conditions. What are the three conditions it should be satisfied? Means the whole set A we can divide into the n number of subsets. The whole set A we can divide into the n number of subsets. A1, A2, A3, so on. N number of subsets we can divide. These subsets are, second condition. First of all, I just divided the subset. Next, second condition, no element of the set AI is related to any element of the set AJ. AI and the AJ are the two subset. No element of the AI set is related to any element of the set AJ, provided that I is not equal to the J. Third case. What is the third case? Each or a second case. Okay, third case. What is the third case? If I take the union of these subsets, union of these all the subsets, we have to get the original set A. And if I take an intersection of these all the subsets, that we have to get as a null set. If these three conditions are satisfied, then we can say that whatever the subsets are there, those are the required equivalence class. Those are the required equivalence class. I hope you will have got the clear picture about the equivalence class. Very simple way. Equivalence relation is that depend on a particular set. That particular set we have to divide. How we have to divide? On satisfying three conditions. First one, we have to divide n number of subsets. How to divide these n number of subsets means remaining two conditions will be helpful. What is the remaining two conditions? That is, so all the elements of one set is related to each other. Whatever the subset is written, whatever the numbers are present in that subset are making the pairs. We get the or those pairs must be present in the given relation R. So each element of one set subset is related to each other. Second condition, no element of one subset is related to any elements of the other subset, vice versa. And third case, if I take a union of all those subsets, we will get the whole given set. If I take an intersection, we have to get it as a null set. If these three conditions satisfied, then you can easily say that it is an equivalence class containing an element either in this particular example 0 or a 1. So this is the mainly example or explanation of the equivalence class. Now, based on this definition of equivalence class, let's take one example. Particularly, how to find the equivalence class. So, first of all, a given relation should be equivalence relation. I just consider. Show that the relation R on a set A is contained points in all the points in a plane. Point A is contains all the points in a plane. Relation is defined. How the relation is defined? Relation P comma Q such that distance of the point P from the origin is equal to the distance of the point Q from the origin. Distance of P from the origin is equal to the distance of the point Q from the origin. This is how the condition is given, relation. So that this is an equivalence relation. Next, apart from that, they continue the sentence further. Show that set of all the points related to the point. So that set of all the points related to the point. Set of all the points related to the point P, which is not equal to the 0 origin. P is not equal to the origin. Is the circle passes through the point. Is the circle passes through the point. Circle passes through the point. Circle passes through the point P with the origin as sign. Passes through the point P with origin as a center. With the origin as a center. Here, a relation is given. What is the relation they are given? Show that the relation R on a set A. What is the set A contain? Points in a plane. In a xy coordinate plane. How many points are there? There are infinitely many points are there. So all the points are present in the given set A. On that set A, relation is defined. P comma Q. How the P comma Q is there? How the P and Q are related? Distance of the point P from the origin is same as the distance of the point Q from the origin. Suppose xy coordinate plane is there are infinitely many points. Origin is here. Suppose the P point is here and the Q point is here. How the P and Q are related? P and Q are related in such a way that distance of the P from the origin is same as the distance of the Q from the origin. That means OP distance is equal to the OP distance. Relation means what we can write? Distance of OP is same as the distance of OP. So that we can rewrite. R is equal to P comma Q. How they are related? OP distance is equal to the OQ distance. Now we need to prove that it is equivalence. Obviously, OP distance is same as the OP distance. P comma P is present in the relation. And symmetric. Distance of OP is equal to OQ and distance of OQ is equal to OP. Yes, obviously it is a symmetric. And to check the transit, consider the another point R. Distance of PQR. PQ belongs to R and QR belongs to the relation R. OP is equal to OQ. OQ is equal to R. Can I say that OP is equal to R? Yes, obviously from that. So P comma R is also belong to the relation R. Then it is a constant. So I just left the solution proving the equivalence relation to the homework for you people. Now I'm just trying to explain the second case of the problem. What is the second case? Show that set of all the points. There are a set of points are there. So the set of points are there related to the point P. That set of all the points are related to the point P. That P is not equal to the origin. P point to origin. It should not be the origin. Is a circle passes through the point P with the origin as a center. Earlier we know that locus of the point or a set of all the points that is like the given condition in a first PUC. chapter or in the coaching part you will already study. Okay. Here what I just do is let P be the general point, P be the any point having the coordinate x comma y. P be the any point having the coordinate x comma y in the plane. P be the any point, general point having the coordinate x comma y. According to the given relation, according to the given condition, P is not equal to the origin. P is not equal to the origin means P is the any point is there. So they only telling that distance is the same. Distance is same is nothing but OP. Set of all the points are there. That is nothing but P1, P2, P3. Set of all the points. How the set of all the points are there? That satisfying the condition. Distance of OP is equal to distance of O1. Now I just find the distance. What is the distance between the OP? Square root of. That is P coordinate is this one. O coordinate is 0, 0. What we get? X square plus y square under the root. This should be the constant distance. What is set of all the points related to the point P is a circle passes the point P with the origin as a center. Here OP is equal to root of x square plus y square. This is a constant distance that I just called as a r is equal to x square plus y square. Then that implies x square plus y square is equal to r square. What it reveals? It is the equation of the circle having the center is at the origin and radius, that is the OP distance, that is the radius of the circle. This is the required set of all the points which is satisfying the given condition. Whatever the point we just consider which is satisfying the given condition. Okay, so this is how we have to get the problem and we have to show the equivalence. This is the equivalence class. Okay, now in this video I just stop here. The remaining problems, 2 problems are there. I will just explain in the next video. Just practice all the problems, and if you have any doubts you can text in the WhatsApp group. You can send your doubts. I will just try to explain it. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thank you.